Good morning, Flosstube. I'm Connie.
I'm Lena.
And we're Count Twice, Stitch Once. It's been a hot minute since we've been here, so excuse us, we're out of practice. And we've had a lot of stuff going on, so we have a lot to talk about. So we're going to jump right in and not even hesitate because we have a lot of stuff. So we're going to start with stuff we got framed.
Yes, and one of mine was a whip that got finished that I also got framed. So,
yes.
But I'll start with this, which was one of my oldest big projects. This is Las Cerisas by Long Dog Samplers, and this is like the first huge project I started. So I was committed to finishing it.
This is gorgeous.
It looks really good, framed. I washed it, which I never usually do, but this one traveled with me a lot. Because I took it all over because it was easy to do the black while I was traveling, and it went to Ireland. It went on multiple cruises. It's been everywhere, and it was dirty. You could tell it had been everywhere. So
it wasn't too bad, except for like on one of the corners, you could really.
I think I spilled some water
see
on
the
it.
grime.
Yeah.
But other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Anyway, there it is. So done and done. And framed.
Gorgeous. The one I most recently got back, I still have another one that the frame was out of stock, so I'm gonna have to wait for that one for a while. But this is, I can't remember the name of it. I just called it the Wonder Whale from
Owl Forest.
This Owl Forest embroidery. It came as a kit with so I used all the kit things, and I think it turned out gorgeous. I love it.
It did. Okay. My next one is a Mirabilia that I finished quite a while ago now, I think. But I got this pattern on loan from one of my amazing friends who had it, because this is one of the ones I wanted to do and is out of print and is almost impossible to find. Ashley's Roses, but she's done, she's framed, and Mom convinced me to do it in this crazy pink frame. Because although this looks more red from afar, I feel like on the camera, it's really pinks in here all over.
And she put black because she always likes to get everything framed in black, and then she put black to it, and it didn't do anything for it because it was there's no black in there really, so it looked bad. So pink just, it was so pretty.
So there she is.
Beautiful.
Here, I'll set this one over there for you.
My next one is the Tree of Life Southwest Rugs. I've had this thing done forever. We got it when I was in Bryce Canyon at the Bryce Canyon Lodge, and that was in 2018. Obviously, I didn't finish it in 2018, but, so it's been finished for several years, though, and so I love having this one framed. She did such a good job of it. And I provided this frame. I have to say, I provided this frame, and then I got the 3 other things framed, and mine was more than Melina's were.
Because Mom takes fancy stuff, and as you'll see, most of mine are pretty basic. All right, so this is my next one. This is, oh geez, I'm forgetting her name. It's an Etsy designer, and I recharted some of this so it would be a little bit more symmetrical, but I didn't really change a whole lot besides just moving some of the words so I could make some things more symmetrical.
If you don't like bad words, look away.
Too late. This is hanging by my front door, so that's where I stand.
There you go.
But I love it. It turned out really good. And I feel like the frame is like, it's not quite black, but it's like almost black, and it pulls out that the text is in gray really well. So
really good.
I'm trying to remember who charted this, and now I can't, but I'm sure it's in one of our past videos, or if you really want to know, comment and I'll look it up. I have the info somewhere.
My final one that I got back was Night Walked Down by the Blue Flower. And oh, I just love this one. I changed most of the colors because the charted colors that I had they looked really brown, and I didn't think Night Walk Down needed dead flowers, so I made my own colors. And I love it. It's so pretty.
It turned out pretty. And this one, this frame, if you zoom it in, like echoes the border that's on there so
Yeah.
good. It looks so good. I feel like that's a better view to see it up
Yeah.
close. Looks so good.
Yeah. So I love that one.
All right, and this is my final one. This is Modern Folk Embroidery, and I don't know the actual name of the chart, but that's who designed it. And although it doesn't appear that you can actually see the words and some of the vining on the edges that well on camera, in person, I don't have trouble seeing any of it. So
No, it looks so good in that frame too. Look at that frame. It's awesome.
So, and this one was the whip that I was working on and finished in this filming break. And then I got framed. And I picked a lot of my big stuff that had straight edges to get framed because I'm not trying to finish a straight edge thing by myself. That's not a thing I'm participating in.
Straight edges. The other one was straight edge.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
So,
No straight edge framing. That's too hard. I don't like doing straight edges at all. Probably could have done the whale myself, but you can't ever find ready-made frames that fit these things. So
yeah.
more designers should design to frame sizes.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But I guess then the framers would all go out of business, so we got to keep these people in business.
Yeah. But I'm glad we got it. We got it on sale. It was
Yeah.
still
Yeah, they had a sale. That's why we
20%
took
off.
stuff.
So
next time they have a sale, we'll be taking more
yeah,
stuff.
because I still have probably a lot more things that need
Oh,
framed, and I
yeah.
finished more in this pile that need framed. So it's never ending.
I have a lot of stuff that still needs to be framed.
Okay, well, Mom knows the order of everything because she takes notes like a crazy woman, and I
have
do not.
my little
So,
planner.
I'm just gonna be kind of like willy-nilly
So
on stuff.
the last we filmed was March 29th.
Some of this stuff I might have shown before. I don't really remember.
Yeah, you might have. Who knows? But, they don't mind seeing it again. So I was working on Woodland Yule by The Needle's Notion. And I actually finished it. So this is the star from the top of the tree. And then this is one side of the tree, and that's the other side of the tree. So I was working on trying to get this FFO'd, but this is as far as I got. Cutting things out. So yeah, they have the patterns. My little dots that they say to align things didn't quite meet up how they're supposed to, I don't think. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah, it'll work out in the end. Hopefully.
I'm gonna show off one thing I got. Come here, you turkey.
Oh goodness. Here's the newest addition to our family.
This is Daisy. Girl.
She's a big lummox.
Put your ears up.
She's like, I don't know what's going on.
She's like, why'd you pick me up? I was fostering her for about 2 months, and then I just decided that it was the right time to keep her. She's a big sweetie.
She is a
And if she puts her ears up, they both stand up like,
ding.
but now she's like, could you put me down?
And she's also babysitting a dog for a friend of hers, so we have 2 dogs roaming around. So if you hear squeaky balls or whatever,
That's my new baby.
That's it.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
I'll do another one since
Okay.
you probably have less than me.
I do have less than you.
I also was working on this spring garden sampler by Victoria Sampler, the Victoria Sampler. And this, I also finished it. Very see-through fabric, but it had cut work in there and all kinds of specialty stitches, fringe knots, colonial knots. I don't even remember everything that has in there, but it was fun. So yeah, this will be another one I have to take and get framed. Was trying to figure out though if anybody that watching this has ever done this like cut work and like what
What do you put behind
something
it?
behind there, because to me it really
I mean, because then you're just gonna see like the board it
you'll
gets on or
just
whatever.
yeah
right?
you'll just see white probably, because I think she puts everything on white,
Yeah.
and then you won't be able to tell because it is white.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Anyway, if you have any ideas, let me know, because I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I finished it anyways. Sometime I'll let you know later.
All right. This one I know that you saw me working on in the last video, and it is done.
Woohoo! It looks so good.
Stars Hollow Seasons.
Looks
So
good.
clearly this is another one I need to get framed because very straight lines.
Yeah.
I will not be doing that.
No. That would be a pain.
So, but it's done.
Dun,
I was
dun,
working
dun,
on
dun.
winter. Choose that part.
Yep.
But it's
All
all
the
done.
white. That looks really good.
So probably I'm gonna wash this one too, lesson learned from the other one, just in case. And
Yeah, that'll be good.
get it framed at some point.
There you go. All right, then let's see that was March. Then I worked on Woodland Yule, Woodland Yule on my birthday, Woodland Yule. I finished on April 2nd. And then I was working on the spring garden. And then I started working on my pattern got onto the front of a project bag, so it stuck because it wasn't in the bag. As they say, don't do that because your patterns will stick on the plastic of the see-through bag. And then I was working on Witch Hazel Sampler with Thy Needle and Thread, and I since finished that. So there that is in all her glory. She's so cute. Now this one I do want to try to frame it with the little, they show paper around the edges, and I do want to try and do that. I thought it was cute. So I still have to do that. Fun stuff. I think I had an issue with that one that I put cat in the wrong place. I put the cat in the wrong place or something.
I would never know.
I had to try to move everything
It looks
around.
good still.
Because I think I took it out
Oh,
because it was messing.
Fixed it.
I think I was counting off of here instead of here. I had it way off. Like,
I was stitching last night and I swear I had to rip stuff out like 3 times because I was like, all right, probably maybe you just should not be doing this.
yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, I know I finished this one in between. Again, sort of cursing or on whatever. Your anxiety is a lying hoe. I spilled Diet Coke on this fabric. I've been having troubles lately with stuff in general. But it's done, and it's going to get framed in a circle, so you're not even going to see that spot where where stuff got spilled, because I rinsed it out, but you can kind of tell. But you won't be able to tell when it's framed, so it's fine. I love it. I forget who it's by. Another Etsy pattern I got. I can't think of who it is, but if you want to know, I'll let you know. Just ask.
I like that one.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see, that was the third. The fourth, I worked on Witch Hazel and Spring Garden, Witch Hazel, and I finished the Spring Garden on April 5th. And then I kept working on Witch Hazel sampler until well, I worked on it until April 14th when I finished it. I've been doing this a lot. I've been starting to work on something and then just work on it till it's finished. So that was fun. And then I started Fiona the Fae by Brooks Books on the 16th. And I was gonna finish her, where did she go? Here's the paper. I was gonna finish her in this little frame that I bought at Michael's. And I'm gonna put her right here. There's a spider hanging down here. But I didn't get that far yet. So here she is. It's hard to hold her. Cut out. There she is. She's so cute. So I still have, I don't know, I think 5, 3, 4, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 of Brooks Witches to finish.
That's so cute with the little spider.
I know, isn't that cute? That thing was a pain in the butt. But I did it. And then to me, DMC light effects, this is a good use for them, making brooms with, because they're a pain in the butt to try and stitch with. So I make brooms with them. That's what I do with my light effects. So I worked on that. I was in North Carolina. I think I started that on the way to North Carolina is why I started that. And yeah, I worked on that until the 22nd, which was the Downton Abbey retreat from the Black Needle Society. So I had 13 new starts during this retreat, which went from Wednesday through Sunday. And I started a lot of things. Because I don't stitch the chart. If you stitch the chart, then you don't have to do the stitching prompts for stitching challenges, but I'll never stitch the chart, so I tried to find things that fit the prompt, and that's why I had 13 new starts. Because none of my whips met those starts. So the first stitching challenge was to stitch on a project with white, so I picked Uncle Sam and Miss Liberty. Now I probably could have actually picked one of my whips for this because, well, this was one of my whips, so that's why I picked it. But I could have probably picked other ones too because I had more that had white. I finished both of them, not during the retreat, but afterwards. There they are. I'm going to make them into little pillows. So, they're both done. They're cute. They are cute. So I have them with the interfacing on the back already ready. But you know,
Ready to pillowfy?
ready to pillowfy. I can join my other little pillows over there that I still have to stuff. Make it done. The next one was Antiques, Bunnies, and Baskets by Shakespeare's Peddlers. This one. And that was stitch on a project with a bunny, with a basket or a blanket. I didn't have anything with the blanket, but I had this in my stash that had baskets. So, and I finished that. And it was fun doing all these letters with eyelet stitch. That was fun. Let's see, that was Wednesday the 22nd of the retreat when I did both of those. And then the next day I worked on Halloween House Trio, and I have worked on this since. But this is how far it is. The chart is so
It's by Waxing Moon Designs. I
yeah,
know.
it's by Waxing Moon Designs. Some of them I took out of here and put them. So that's, I'm doing mine all together, and then I haven't decided whether I'm going to do this line up the middle between the houses. Don't really think it needs it though. So I was going to wait till I had them all done and then decide whether I want to put the line in between. Oh, I think it needs a line.
I wouldn't put a line. Maybe just connect the grass or something.
I don't even know if it needs that.
Not really.
Could just add like another bat in there.
Yeah, I mean, like, so it doesn't have like a blank spot
Right.
in between.
Yeah. So, yeah. There it is. I just finished this house and part of the stuff this past week. And it's in a project bag by, I don't know, Lynn, maybe?
I think so, because the
think it's-
button.
Yeah, I think it's from Lynn X Stitch Crew. Then I worked on Haunted House by Living on the Rainbow. And I finished it since, so where's the roof? There is one of the, I think that's the back or side, that's the side or the back. That's the front. And another side. So I finished that, and now I, started trying to got the interfacing on them. So, and have my buttons because it shows it on a button. So I want to try to put it on a button. But I was reading the instructions and trying to sew this roof on will be fun.
She likes it because she keeps doing stuff like that.
I do. I kind of like the challenge of both. And after that, I started this Home Sweet Home mitten. I don't know. I don't have a picture of it. I think it was a freebie from Living on the Rainbow. I can't show the pattern, so. And it was to stitch on something with a fire. And this was the part of the fireplace. That's why. Since I can't show you the pattern, it's kind of like, you can't really tell what stuff is. But yeah, that's part of the fireplace. Has a fire in it, so that's what I worked on. So, and that's in a project bag by the 805 Stitcher. It's actually a Gilmore Girls project bag. Then I started on women's rights are human rights, and I guess I do have a picture of that in here. It's just in a plain old Amazon project bag. And that's what that is. I changed all the colors because when I pulled the colors, they did not even go together. They looked weird, so I picked my own. And that's as far as I got. R-I-G. Started on the H. Ew. Not very far on that one. So that one will get done eventually. And that's, I haven't been saying what any of this fabric is. I don't remember what this fabric is, to tell you the truth. Oh, it's Darling David by Those Missing Stitches in 40 count linen. I like this fabric because it kind of has a little bit of pinkish color in it. It's not just plain old beige. You can't really get that on the camera. I forget about the fabric stuff. And then I started Till Death by Satsuma Street, and this was one that Melina had already done, and then she gave it to me. So I had to come up with some of my own stuff. But I just finished FFO'd that the other day. So here is my FFO.
Turned out so good.
I like it. It was a pain to try to figure out on my Cricut how to cut these ovals. Well, it shouldn't have taken me this long, but it took forever. So I just used some scrapbook paper I had in the backing, and then some scrapbook paper in there. And this is done on 14 count white perforated paper. And from what I've been reading about the new perforated vinyl, I'm not real sure I'm gonna really like it. So I might have to do perforated paper stuff on fabric, because everybody talks about how bad it's flaking off and all this stuff.
I haven't heard anything about it, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, it sounds. And then, like, a lot of people had to get replacement vinyl because it was stuck to the pattern or stuck to something in the package, and then it all like peeled off and started flaking, and that sounds horrible. Why did it have to end the perforated paper? Weird. Perforated paper was awesome. Anyway, I love these guys. So it's in time for summer ween. Okay, you show something. That was
Okay.
the 23rd.
This next project I know I worked on when we were going to Alyssa's.
Oh yeah, the second time we went to.
And you can't see any of it, but you can see it in person. It's another one of those situations where you can see it in person, but you can't. I was working on that moth outline, but this is symmetrical vines. There's error. They're not symmetrical down at the bottom where the moth is touching the other side. So, I stopped working on it because I was traveling and it was like too much. But now that I pulled it back out and looked at it, I think I'm just gonna fudge it. I don't care enough to fix it.
No.
So it'll be fine. I'm just gonna stitch the moth where it's supposed to go, and then I'm gonna fudge the green parts.
Yep. Good idea.
And
it's a vine. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm like, it's not gonna be perfectly symmetrical, but I can't be bothered to rip out that dark stitching on dark fabric. I just can't do it. So I will not be.
Yeah. Okay. So should I show another one? Probably.
Are you getting close to the bottom or not?
No.
Yeah, probably.
So then on April 24th, I started Patriotic Tiny Town because it was to stitch on something with free. And I had to say the word free because that was in quotation marks, and this house right here says free. So it worked. So I actually stitched that on the called for fabric of their long one was stitched on this, which is Feldspar by Picture This Plus Belfast linen in 32 count, which I ordered from 123 Stitch. So, and then I actually did the frill at some point, and I added the years because I thought the birthday cake in the middle made it to be a good celebration for the 250th. That was about as much as I could do. So that's what it was. I got it done. Anyways, and then I started this love letter by Shannon Christine. And this was to stitch on something with an envelope or stitch on something. Oh, well, I worked on Halloween House Trio because it was stitch on a project with grass, and then I stitched on this with stitch on a project with a heart. So it had 2 hearts, and then it was also later for stitching on a project with an envelope and a stitch on a project with a rose. So, and there it is, little tiny little envelope. And I think I'm just going to make this into an ornament for my tree for Valentine's. That'll be cute. And then, let's see. Oh, I started Midnight Garden by the Artsy Housewife. And I got real far on this. I got the cup. Just right in the middle, this little cup. So that is my cup. And this is stitched on a fabric that I do not remember, and I don't know if I have it listed, but I think it's like vintage country mocha, but vintage something, because it's printed on the one side and plain on the other side. I don't know.
Vintage night sky or vintage smoky
Yeah,
something. There's
like
a bunch
that.
of different ones.
And theirs was stitched on vintage country mocha, but I thought it needed something spookier for a midnight garden. So there you go. So, and that was day 24 of the Downton Abbey retreat.
Well, I worked on this Lizzie Kate Halloween Rules maybe a couple times. I didn't get a lot done on it while I was working on it, I'll be honest. Down here at the bottom, the Scarecrow, and then I started the next one before I finished that one because I realized I don't have one of the colors I need for it. So I need to make a list of stuff I need to get so I can work on my stuff when I actually want to and have the stuff. So anyway, this is another whip that is pretty old, so I would like to get it done at some point.
Yeah, that one is kind of old. Okay, the next day I worked on a lot of things. I started this Valentine Row by Bent Creek. And I changed all the colors in this too because all these hearts were gray and blah. No. You can't tell that I changed all the colors because the only thing I got done was part of the tree stump in the middle. And this is stitched on, I think, Queen Anne's lace. I think it's a Lugana. I don't know if I wrote it down. I know it's Queen Anne's lace though. I stitched something else.
Well, it looks like Lugana because it's definitely an even weave.
Yeah, it's an even weave.
It's either
Oh no, 32 count Jobelin, Queen Anne's lace. That's what it is. I knew it was Queen Anne's lace, but I just couldn't remember what it was. Definitely an even weave. Then I started White Christmas. This is a freebie chart from the Drawn Thread. So I will show you the chart because that's all I have. I don't have a picture of what the finish looks like. And that was as far as I got. Border. But I realized I started this on the wrong thread. And I wasn't happy with that. So I haven't decided that I'm going to take that border out and start over again because once I realized the wrong thread and how it was, because before I didn't even know about it, but now it just drives me crazy because I can tell. And I don't know what fabric this is, but it's 40 count linen of some type. I do not recall. I don't even think I have, it's on a big piece I have of this, and I don't think it had a name
or anything.
I don't think it had a tag. I think my sister got it for me at market. And so I don't know that it had a name. I don't know, but it doesn't have a name. And then it's in a project bag of from Amazon too. One there. My stack. Then I worked on that one. I worked on because it was stitch on something with a deer, I think, or a tree or something like that. Then this one, this Rami's one was, this is a sassy happy Halloween, and it's the box, this box here, so it has a lot of stitching. And I went to a retreat at Sassy Jack's, which is where this one is from, and this one was to stitch on something with black, red, and yellow. So it has black, and it has red, which is the blood, and it had yellow. What was the yellow part? Oh, it has candles with some flames down here. So I had black, red, and yellow. It worked. So that was, and that's the very top of the box. So obviously I have a long ways to go. And this, I believe, is stitched on vintage country mocha, 32 count. I think she gave us this fabric with the thing. So whatever it said that it was stitched on is what was provided.
Sorry, I was trying to tell Rumi to stop licking and I kicked you, I think.
Oh, that's all right. So anyway, that one was that one. There's a long ways to go because there's lots of squirrels dressed up and ghosts and all kinds of fun stuff. It's gonna be a while.
I know, so I look at these and I'm like,
All of my whips that I have right now are, for me, they're kind of big.
that's how I feel too.
So
There's a couple that are smaller, but I've been finishing them. Of course I have been.
right. The next thing was I worked on the love letter. I started this spring pantry by Brooks Books, which is a free chart. Can't tell anything because I've marked all over it with my marker pen, but I've since finished that. This is the second time I stitched this because I also stitched this for a giveaway, a smalls exchange for a online thing. So yeah, that was my spring pantry, which I finished. Then I also started, this was to stitch on something with food. So it had carrots and eggs, and I figured food. This one was Stitch on Something with a musical instrument. So it has a French horn, so it is actually finished and FFO'd and all the things. Ready for Christmas.
Take your papers, this one you might need, and I'm gonna move these to another location.
Good idea. All my stuffs. So that was all of Saturday, the 25th of the retreat, and then the 26th was Sunday, the last day of the retreat, and I started Pearly Pig by Brooks Books. It's a freebie of her Advent Animals, and this was number 8, Pearly Pig, and finished her. She's so cute.
She's really cute.
Eventually I'm going to give all these to my grandbaby, but yeah, I don't have them all done yet.
Better get on it.
Someday. Someday I'll get them done.
Okay.
And the very, one more thing.
Okay.
The very last thing that I started for that retreat was Pumpkin Baby, and this came out of a magazine, so I just have the black and white copy of it. I got her foot and a sock done, and one part of her dress in the middle and part of starting the pumpkin. So yeah, this was to stitch on something with a baby. And this is stitched on 32 count Monster Mash by PTP. Picture this plus. And that was the last thing that I started. And the last thing for that retreat, I think. Pumpkin Baby, oh well, stitch on thing with the envelope, which was the love letter, so I already got that done.
Okay. I worked on this 2021 Fragments in Time. I have them all, but I'm doing them together instead of separate. And so I worked on this a little bit more. I ran out of gunmetal, which is this color, or it's lost. So another floss I need to order. So I was like, well, okay. I could have kept going, but I just was like,
I think I have some gunmetal.
So just keep running out of stuff or losing the stuff that I need. But I worked on that guy for a little bit. Not a ton of progress, but a little bit. This one's gonna take me forever, and it's on 40 count, so it's small. How many more stuff you got? Not too much.
Not too much, but then I have
one,
all these.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll just do another one. Okay, so this is the Disagree chart by Rebel Stitcher, and I have the like electronic pattern, so I don't have it to show, but I clearly have picked my own colors, and I don't know what fabric this is. I don't know anything about anything, but kind of like a light blue. And that's where I'm at on that. It is gonna fit because I counted it, because I started to panic, but it will be fine. So it's like the perfect size for this piece of fabric. I might have it in here because I feel like this is fabric that somebody, yeah. We got this from, I think at StitchCon, those missing stitches gave out fabric, and this is Sensitive Sylvie in Lugana.
That's pretty. They
So
have some pretty colors.
that's where I got it from. I was like, I know this is, yeah, so I'm using it for this. Beautiful.
Anyway, up through May, I worked on Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty, and worked on Spring Pantry. I went to Cabin Cross Stitch, which I will talk about later in my haul section. And then I finished Fiona the Fae by Brooks Books. I worked on Spring Pantry. I finished that on the 9th. And worked on Pearly Pig, and worked on Pearly Pig, worked on Till Death, finished Pearly Pig on the 13th. Worked on antique baskets and bunnies during Spring Mingle, which was on the 16th and 17th of May. Yeah, I worked on that the whole time. Unfortunately, I didn't finish it at the retreat. I finished it the day after the retreat. And then I worked on Patriotic Tiny Town until it was done. I worked on Till Death because we left to go to Alyssa's for my granddaughter's dance recital. So Melina and we all went. And then I started the Patriotic Frill when we were there, and I finished that on the 29th. I started it on the 27th. That's when I finished the Patriotic Tiny Town. So I worked on Till Death and finished that when we got back from Melissa's. And then I worked on the haunted house. So like a lot of this stuff
You showed it all already.
I've shown it all.
Fast forward.
Worked on all that until the 16th of June. I was working on one of my friends on Instagram. One of my Instagram friends was working on this Northern Lights band sampler by Jeanette Douglas. I bought this when I was at a cross-stitch store in Juneau, Alaska, on the first time I was in Alaska. And I got up to whatever row I'm on, I don't even know, this row here. I still have to do some back stitching in there. And I think it's row 13. This has a lot of rows. So, yeah. It'll be a good long while. And I worked upon this until then I realized that Alyssa and Dahlia were coming to visit us while her husband had a trip to Africa. And I was like, there's no way I can work on this when they're here because it requires too much concentration because there's too many specialty stitches and counting of a lot of hard things to do. So I was like, no, I put it away because I was like, no, I can't work on that anymore while they're here. So that goes with something else. I don't know what goes in there.
Uh-oh.
It's one of those things you put over there.
Okay.
Why do I have these in here? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. So yeah, that was that, and then like when did they get here? Oh, well, I guess I started patriotic parades before they got here and finished it.
Yeah, because they got here like
Yeah. So I was working on Northern Lights until
This
the
day,
25th.
I think.
And then I was like, no, can't work on that anymore. But I also had this kit, and I was like, that's cute. That was a little patriotic parade from Shepherd's Bush. And I was making that into a little pillow because they provided all the finishing things. So there it is. Done, and I have the interfacing on it to make it into a pillow, but yeah, don't have it done yet. I think I switched the fabric they provided though to my own because I liked it better. So mine's gonna be with the backing, but they provided the ribbon to ruche the ribbon and all this stuff. So. Fun stuff. Okay, Mina, you can go.
Okay, so I'm trying to read this. Yeah, okay. That's where I went wrong. Okay, so the next thing is this Alphabet in Round by JBW Designs, and I was doing it in this Christmas colorway because I bought the thing to finish it on, just like in this picture. However, because I lack reading comprehension, I stitched it on the wrong size of fabric. Oops. And so this is too big, so
What stitch count did you put it on?
this is on 32 count over 2 because one of the models says that, which I read wrong because the other one was stitched on 28 count over 1, which is what fits on that, and
yeah.
not like an idiot 32 count over 2, like obviously. So here you go. I'm gonna have 2, and this one's the big one. But I was like, by the time I realized it, because I wasn't paying attention at all, I had like almost all of the letters finished, and so I was like, I'm not gonna rip all that out. So I'm just gonna, I don't know what, give this to somebody or do something else with it. I don't know, but
I might have something that fits in.
there it is. So maybe Mom can have it, because I'm going to make mine into that ornament. I don't think that I need 2 Christmas alphabets, but
No, probably not.
so yeah, but it's on 32 count sparkly linen and in just DMC colors that I picked out, and it's pretty, but
It is
the wrong size.
very pretty.
So, oh well, it's still pretty.
Yep, it is.
So I was working on that. I know that I worked on this in July mostly because I was like, Christmas in July.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I was doing summer ween.
And then I got tired of all these little like onesie twosie things with the green, and so I was like, I'm done with this Christmas in July. I'm over it.
Didn't take long. Well, I worked on the Northern Lights Band Sampler until the 25th of June, and then I started working on Pumpkin Thieves by Madame Chantilly, because I figured this was way easier to work on when I had a 2-year-old and and everything, and we were doing all kinds of stuff, and I knew I wouldn't have a lot of time to stitch, and I would be like, blah. So anyway, it is on 40 count Witch's Sky by Fabric Flare, and I finished it. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So that's what it's gonna be. I love it. And I just changed the placement of some of the little, I don't know what you would call these, stars or whatever they're supposed to be. I just moved them up a little bit because I had the moon and everything in there, and I want to get it framed so we can see the moon, 'cause that was the whole reason for putting it on there. And I changed a lot of the colors in that because, you know, obviously when you're stitching it on this fabric, I had to, they did not stitch behind the cat or anything like that because, you know, it was on basic fabric. Mine,
I like the colors you put on there though. It looks
yeah, I like them.
good.
So that was it. I was so happy. But this one, yeah, I had to rip things out several times because the stuff that looks black was actually 3371 DMCs, which is brown. And so like all these ropes and all that stuff. And I was trying to, I thought, well, I'll do the ropes, the brown, but then I'll do the cats in black in 310. So I was like, stitching along, I stitched that whole cat tail just by the ropes, and then I'm like, wait, I was gonna do that in black. So then I ripped the whole cat tail out, and then I had the pumpkins in the wrong spot, and I was like, I stitched one of those pumpkins 3 times before I got in the right spot. I was like, oh, I'm done with this. But anyway, I kept working on it. So I worked on that all the way through. July. Mainly all I worked on in July was a bunch of pumpkin thieves. I did work on Till Death one of the days. Oh yeah, that was when we went to Wisconsin. Now this is one of the reasons why we didn't film, because we were at Alyssa's, we came home, then we all left again to go to Alyssa's like 2 weeks later, and then we were at Alyssa's for like what, 5 days or something?
Like a week, basically.
Yeah, and then we came back, and then
I had a trip to Colorado.
yeah, and that was, I think, while we were gone to Alyssa's the first time,
Yeah.
right? And then
They came here.
Alyssa came here, and Melina had a bunch of stuff going on with a bunch of things, and then
It's just time just kept.
yeah, and then we left to go to Wisconsin.
We've just been busy all the time.
So it's like when we were in Wisconsin, I worked on Pumpkin Thieves until death because we're in the car. And then it was Midsummer Stitch, which I was signed up for, which I did not get to participate in a whole lot because the day it started was
Travel.
Saturday the 18th, and we were coming home from Wisconsin that day.
And then I distracted her the rest of the day when she got home to go do something, which I don't even remember what we did. But
I don't know either, but we
were doing
went
something.
somewhere.
Yeah, we were doing something.
Yep. It was fun. And then, yeah, so, yeah. And I did participate in a few of the speed datings, and I don't even know if I might have gone into a chat room. I didn't really do a whole lot because it was, we just got back from vacation and like,
Yeah.
which that was a whole nother thing because I did get several things done on vacation because it was very hot in Wisconsin and all the smoke was there from all the wildfires going on everywhere, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much sat in the hotel, and my husband went and did all the things outside, but I was like, no.
No. Okay, so, and I also did Summerween, and I worked on this Birds of a Feather, what is this called? Remember Me, and I charted this for myself electronically so I could stitch it off of Pattern Keeper, and when I charted this for myself, I stitched in the date of the year of finishing it as 2023. So I was ambitious, clearly, because I finished it in 2026. So I updated the date, although my 6 looks kind of wonky. I was like, I don't have time to mess around with this. I'm getting it done. So it was the last thing. It was literally the last thing I stitched was that 6. So this is on, I think it's on
so good.
Dust Bunny, 36 count Dust Bunny from,
Shakespeare.
yes, thank you. And I changed up some of the colors, and I used whatever. I just picked whatever I felt like in the moment. This project bag had so much floss in it because I was like, I don't know what I want to use. I just threw a bunch of colors in there and started picking from those. So, yeah, it's done.
So good.
Another thing bites the dust. Okay,
Yay.
and then I also worked on, I know I worked on this at various times throughout the time period of this, but I just finished it not that long ago. So this is Spring by Rosewood Manor. I have all the seasons done now, and these actually fit in a 5x7 frame. So
Awesome.
I just need to press them, go pick out a frame, and get them done. So this is spring, and they're not in. And then summer. And there's autumn and winter.
So pretty.
So they're all done. So another thing done, and I don't have to get those framed. So that felt nice to get all those done.
Yeah.
Because those have been whipped for
kidding.
quite a while too. And then my last thing I worked on is another, this is another modern folk embroidery chart that I have digitally, but it's called I Got the Morbs, and So it's kind of another summer weenie thing, but here's where I'm at on that. So not a whole lot done, just the top border part, kind of. So, but this is on, this came in a Black Needle retreat or box or
yeah,
something.
it was,
I don't remember.
it was by Jody.
Yeah, and it's got spray glitter on it, so
Yeah.
the glitter does like glitterize
Yes,
stuff.
yeah. The glitter does come off.
But it's really pretty in person.
It is really pretty, but the glitter does come off. This was the last thing I worked on when I finished Pumpkin Thieves, which was August 1st. And then I was working on Halloween Trio because, you know, Halloween Trio is my oldest whip. I started it in 2018, maybe? Or 2020. 2020. 2020. So I was working on that and then I got bored with it, so I started A Mermaid Sleeps Here, which is by Stitchrovia, and I saw somebody on Instagram, I think, that did this, and I'm like, ooh, I love that. That would be cute for my granddaughter, because all of her room is done with mermaids. So I started that,
It's pretty.
and there it is. And this is I'm stitching this on 40 Count Lagoon by Fiber on a Whim. I think it looks so pretty. So we got part of her tail done. I'm about like a 1/8 of the 1/18th of the way. I don't know, but I like it.
It's cute.
It's more summery. I was just, I don't know.
Ready for something different.
I was getting tired of working on not so much working on Halloween, but
Darker colors.
yeah, it was just like, okay, I'm ready for a switch.
Well, that's why I pulled out that. I didn't realize I started that Gotham Orbs thing, and I was looking through my whips last night, and I was like, I need something different. Like, and then I was like, what's in this bag? And then I was like, oh, hey, I'll work on this. It's in one color. It's pretty, you know. But I counted wrong 47 times, so I didn't do that great on it. I didn't make a ton of progress.
Yeah. So, and then, plus I've been working on scrapbooking
Yeah.
and building these little, I bought this one at Michael's because it's Halloween, and, you know, I love Halloween, so I bought this one, I finished it, and then Alyssa and Melina bought me one for, what did you buy me that for? My birthday? Or Mother's Day?
One of
or
those days.
Something? Or combined?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. One of those
Anyway,
days.
the one, okay. If you look at the
You want me to
table
hold this?
on this one, now this is a table from the one they got me. Way smaller table. So yeah, it has way smaller stuff. This is another table that I'm working on. So yeah, way smaller. So it has lots of little fun things, and it's way more intense, and it will be a while before I get that done. Someday. Anyway, that was another thing I've been working on, those things. And then I bought a kit from Michael's that was a diamond painting little house, that they're 3D little houses and they light up. They have light in them and stuff. And so I thought I could make those for Dahlia for
And
Halloween.
you did your Hello Bargello.
Oh, and I should have that to
Okay, do
show.
you? Okay.
So anyway, moving on to
Other crafts.
other things. First of all, I have my Black Needle Society Down Abbey retreat stuff that came in the box. One of the things was this tote that says the business of life is the acquisition of memories. In the end, that's all there is. by Carson. And then this project bag. I'm not even gonna go through all the thing because if you wanna watch other people that went, I mean, it's too much. It's old, old stuff now. Other people have shown it. I got this candle, which I probably don't like because I never liked these candles. That was actually not too bad.
I'm surprised you like it.
I am too. Got these recipe cards. Here's the chart. I'm a custodian, and then this gets like I think this part was the first part, and then I don't know. I'm not stitching the chart. This rub on or something, I don't know, iron on. And this was another little chart that was in there, which I thought was kind of cute. You can always hold my hand if you need to feel safe.
Steady.
Feel steady. I thought that was kind of cute. I don't know if I'll stitch it, but I might stitch that one. That's cute. And then this fabric called Tidal Pool from Lady Dot Creates. That's for finishing. I might have won that. I don't remember. I won several things. So they're here. This was the fabric that came in the box, so I think I did win this finishing fabric. Saving the Downton Pigs by Bestitch Me.
That looks like Halloween fabric to me.
It does look like Halloween. I definitely think it would work good for Halloween. That was the fabric. And then it had this headband with hats. This needle minder. Looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
It's ghostly. And then this floss card, floss drops. And threads. Color and cotton threads. So that was the box, and then they had a bunch of giveaways for prizes, and I think that was what my finishing fabric was. And a daily reminder by With Thy Needle was one of the charts I won. And then I also won the Silver Creek Samplers Unity and Love, which I really like the saying on that. We learn to swim the seas like fish and soar like birds above. Now let us learn to walk this earth in unity and love. I thought that was really pretty. So yeah, I've got won those things. Then let's see. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Dogs got to my thing.
What? Oh.
Did they get the other one? I think it's, no, it's up here. Ah!
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Okay, another thing that I was working on was I got this kit from when we were in Seattle a long time ago, and I never had done it. So for craft club, I thought, well, I'll take this to work on. So I made these little felted snow people. The dogs kind of got to this one and
Sorry.
chewed up. Cat.
Did they ruin it?
I don't know what that was for. I don't know. I decided I don't really like working on these that much. So I gave all my stuff to one of the guys in Craft Club that does awesome felting. And he makes up his own patterns and makes these big puppets and everything. He's amazing. So I gave all the things to him.
Well, you can just bring it with you and he can fix it for you at Craft Club.
There you go. Maybe it was the
Just shove it inside
hat
there
band or that could be.
to give it structure, maybe.
Maybe. That could be. So anyway, yeah,
Okay, sorry.
that's all right. I worked on those. I got my punch needle and primitive stitcher magazine. I like this one with the chicken on the back. Chicken. I don't even remember what was in here. It's been a while since I looked at it.
A lot of patriotic stuff.
A lot of page items. I probably won't be stitching most of that stuff. Oh, I do like this summer one. It's cute. Yeah. Probably won't be stitching most of any of that stuff. Then from Spring Mingle, I got the fabric, which is Picture This Plus Gaia. I don't know how you say it. True. That's pretty. I like that. If I would have remembered I had that, I might have stitched that thing for a dog on the mermaid thing.
That's cute on what you picked too, though.
So I got that, and then for midsummer stitch, I got the fabric. It's from Be Stitch Me Moonlit Garden, which I think is really pretty. I love this fabric. It's got blues and purples. Reminds me of the cosmos.
Ooh, that's really pretty.
Like a starry sky with the, not Aurora Borealis, but like just the stuff. And then the free chart called Huzzah by Plum Street Samplers. Was sent to me with the fabric. Oh, that's cute. I might actually stitch that. And then I think one of my friends, my friend Cindy gave me this magazine because it has these Brooks Books angel on it. It says,
I gave it to you.
oh, you gave it to me? Okay. Lena gave me this. Oh yeah, you got it from the retreat, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, it has some cute stuff in there. So yeah, got that. Then, let's see. I FFO'd Halloween Tiny Town on this board from Paisley and Polka Dots that I had to assemble and paint and all the things. Which Gregory, my lovely husband, helped me paint it.
So cute.
I love it. And then I made this fit, the frill is in there too. I made it fit because I squished everything together. The frill for the patriotic tiny town was not going to fit on the board unless So I was like, no, I'm not squishing it together. But this is easy finish. I just put like big magnets on the back, and it holds ow, these roofing things that Janet Jabber one time said to get on her channel. So I bought a bunch of them, and they work really good because they're really, really flat. So they work good to use to just attach the magnets, and it goes through the wood and everything and attaches and holds it on there. Well, that was pretty good. And I had to change the color of some of these houses. So I changed the color of that one because I didn't think a white house with Halloween. And there's the paisley and polka dots. And I also finished this one too that I got from Paisley and Polka Dots, but I don't really know what I'm going to put on there yet. But once I find something, that will be done. And I ordered this project bag from Lynn of Lynn X Stitch Creates because she messaged me and said that I told her if she ever made project bags with this puffin fabric that I wanted one because I love puffins. So I said, yep. So I got this puffin project bag. So cute. Then I also was working on these little Hello Bargello kits that I got, which are on
Remy.
plastic canvas. And here's the Easter one. And it came with 2 of them, and then you had to make all the little things on the end of it. Like they have a box with chocolate bunny, and it actually has a foiled chocolate bunny that goes in the box. You can open it. It's not real chocolate, of course. And then has little gummy bears, so they're so little you can barely even tell what they are. And little candies, like these are little sprinkles, but candies. And peaks. A little book. And then eggs that I painted. These are just they were plastic white eggs, and I painted them. There's little candies in there. Yeah, it even has like little teeny tiny cards, and it came with all the bows and the plastic canvas and all the things. I was going to give those to Dahlia, but I figured a 2-year-old kind of too little for that at this point. So some years will inherit them when she's older. But that was a fun one. And then I liked it so much that I bought this Dreamweaver bag charm, and it comes with this to make it into a bag charm, but it's really hard to get on and off. And that's the bag. I had issues with this because my corner tore when I was finishing it, and it was all stitched except for this corner. So I was like, no, I can't, I'm not restitching this whole entire thing. So I glued fishing line across the corner and then stitched open. But it's kind of funky corner, but whatever. That's okay. It came with this little, you had to make this little Bargello kit. I had little scissors in there and a little card, an instruction book, and like you had to wrap these little yarns. And then it came with this tissue holder that you had to make, which actually Melina's making a big one. It's patterned after their big one. But this one's just paper with, I just put a piece of tissue paper in. And this little makeup bag, and they're all closed with magnets. And it has mascara. Well, that was the lip gloss and mascara. And a little comb. Had a little glasses case you had to stitch. And put your sunnies in. Had a little mirror that you had to stitch. Whoops.
Where'd it go? Did you find it?
There it is. And it has a little iPhone. Some aspirin. Some mints. Some gum. A book, Valley of the Dolls. A pen. And then billfold. This actually also, these are patterned after large totes that they have. And then this is patterned after their billfold large one that they also have. And it has some little credit card, little credit card in there. I was showing this to my friends when we went to dinner, and I'm like, oh, should I try and pay with one of these credit cards? Oh, an energy bar. And then it has $100 bills with her cat's face on them. The woman who made this kit up. And she said she was trying to source, because this has a little needle book in there, she was trying to source tiny needles that would fit into this needle book. But she couldn't find any. And I was like, yeah, I don't think you would be able to find any of those. So that was all of those things that I worked on. So, yeah. And then the last stuff I have is haul.
We did do a little project with Dahlia when she was here that I have the stuff for, but I haven't started yet. But I'm gonna embroider her little handprints that we painted on her, and then I'm gonna embroider flowers and her name and stuff on there. So I haven't started yet because I am trying to figure out what the paper to like transfer the pattern or whatever. I'm not an embroidery person, so, but we got her little handprints on them here and her little practice handprint page. She was having fun and she didn't want to stop doing it.
Yeah,
so.
she did have fun doing that. She did pretty good doing it.
Yeah.
Too.
So I'm gonna make one for Alyssa and me and Mom, and then also for other Grammy. So.
Yep. That'll be fun. So I went to Cabin Cross Stitch in Hiawassee, Georgia. It is a closer to me LNS when I'm at Alyssa's in North Carolina than any LNS that's around Normal, Illinois. So if you get a chance, you should check her out. She's got all kinds of, I mean, her shop isn't huge, but she has a lot of stuff in there, and she's got a lot of good stuff. And she's very nice, and she ended up giving me a bunch of free stuff, and she divided up all of my things so I could pay the least amount of money. And there's a quilt store behind them that if you show them your receipt from Cabin Cross Stitch, they will give you a discount too. But I got the big hearted frill, which I have already done the big hearted Tiny Town, but I didn't ever do the frill, so I thought I can do the frill and have it sitting out by my thing. And I got the Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Sandy Claws. So the next trip I go on, I'll probably be working on this. I think it still has the paper. So yay. And I got the Glendon Place Tree of Life. My husband picked this out. This one's gonna be intense. And then I bought all the, whatever this is.
Petite treasure braid.
Yes, I bought all of that as a, came with it. And oh, those are all my DMCs that put in there. So that's gonna be a project coming up. I haven't started it yet. I wanted to. I bought the fabric to stitch it on, which is 28 count white opalescent Ugana. And I got this fabric to stitch, this is Atomic Ranch 32 count Asian Belfast linen. And I got this to stitch on that turtle. I can't think of what the turtle's name was. It's a 3D turtle thing. I showed it on one of our Flosstubes. But they didn't have the called for, but this was kind of close because it was kind of yellowy. And then I bought all the flosses to go along with the turtle. Gas, I think most of them are. The Gentle Art, yeah, they're all Gentle Arts. Those will be pretty. And then I got this because I ran out of stuff for the Miss Uncle Sam and Miss Liberty that I was stitching, so I got this there to finish them up. It was the closest to the color. So she gave me this needle minder, Cabin Cross Stitch and Crafts. I also have some wool felt stuff and applique stuff and punch needle, I think. And then my husband wanted this bee bar lotion. Smells really good.
I have a little one of those.
And she forgot to ring this up, and then she just threw it in the bag. So I don't know. But anyway, that was my fun stuff at Cabin Cross Stitch. Which then she said that they were having an anniversary sale, and I could go online and get the discount. And they have stitch-ins there, but they're usually on like a Monday or Wednesday, and they're on a weird day. But I always wanted to go to one. They're very, very nice, and they're very friendly, and they'll help you with anything. And if they kit something up for you, they'll give you 10% off of it. And they give you lots of good discounts, so I highly recommend. And I think that's all.
Yeah.
Whew. That was a lot.
It was a lot.
I did make a felt applique wand for Dahlia. I was going to make it into an ornament for myself, and then I thought, oh, this would be a cute wand. So I made her wand, and I have a cute picture of her that Lena took stitching with me while I was making her wand. And then I got her this little wooden dinosaur that you thread, so it teaches you kind of stitching. So there we are. She's stitching her dinosaur and I'm stitching her wand. And Daisy's laying by her. Oh, we had fun when she was here. All kinds of fun stuff.
Yep.
And that's really like probably about everything I worked on. Except for my scrapbooking, but it's an ongoing process.
Well, yeah. I probably worked on other stuff that I just don't remember.
Yeah, probably.
I have a feeling, but oh well. Is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
I need to get a better organizational system of like putting things in the same container that I worked on, so I remember, because I just keep intermingling everything and then I forget.
Right. Or keep your journal and then you know what you worked on.
Seems like a lot of work.
It's not really that hard. Just write down what you worked on.
Seems like a lot. In any case.
In any case, let's see our plans for coming up. We're planning on going to visit the grandbaby again in the end of September. And Lena and I have a retreat at Starved Rock in October. Really, stitching wise, working on A Mermaid Slept Here
Yeah.
until it's done.
I'm just gonna be working on whatever. I don't have a strong plan.
No, I don't usually make plans of what I'm going to work on. I usually just work on them.
Whatever strikes my fancy.
Yep. I'll be working on a miniature little teeny house and more scrapbooking and a Mermaid Slept Here. That's what I'll be working
Yeah. But
on. That's it.
I think that's it.
Yep. So hope everybody has a great week ahead and happy stitching.
Have a good one. Bye.